Hello people, I'm Mike, and if you're new to this channel, this is Maths with Ike. That's the only channel where we make maths easy, cool, and fun for everybody. If you're not a lover of maths, don't worry at all. On this channel, you're going to love maths so much. Maths is going to be your friend. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then I'll urge you to press the red button there and subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to hit the bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you're not going to miss out on that. Now, in this video, we're going to learn how to determine the nature of any quadratic equation. So we're going to determine the nature of the roots, and also we're going to find the discriminant of quadratic equations. So if you're here for that, then let's begin. To determine the nature of the root of this quadratic equation, how are you going to do it? Okay, so what you're going to do is to first find the discriminant of the equation. You find the discriminant of the equation, and after you've gotten the discriminant of the equation, you can automatically determine the nature of the roots. All right, so this is how you find the discriminant of the equation. You're going to use this rule: b squared minus 4ac. All right, so b squared minus 4ac is what you're going to use to find the discriminant of the equation. Like I said, when you get a discriminant of the equation, you can automatically determine the nature of the root. Yeah? So b in this question, b is negative 12. So we'll put it there. So negative 12 squared minus, then we have our 4 times a. Now a, let's come and check. In this question, a is 4. So times 4 times c. Now c in the question on this equation is negative 9. All right? Then we multiply. Negative 12 squared is going to give us positive 144. Then we come here, negative 4 times 4 will give us negative 16 times negative 9 will give us plus 144. So when we add this, we're going to get 288. All right, 288. That's what we have. Therefore, the discriminant of this equation is greater than 0. It's greater than 0. You see. Now, if you solve, you find the discriminant of the equation and it's greater than, this is 288. The answer is 288, which is greater than 0. If you solve it and your answer is greater than 0, the discriminant is greater than 0, it means the equation has two different roots. All right, it has two different roots. Okay, two different roots. Are you there? So when you solve the equation, you find a discriminant, and the discriminant is greater than 0, it means you have two different roots. Yeah, good. So therefore, the equation has two different roots. Okay, or in other words, you say that it has real roots. It has real roots. Okay, so that is how you find the discriminant of any equation. And after you get the discriminant of the equation, you can determine the nature of the root. All right, great. Let's do another example. Now with this one, so we have to determine the nature of the root. So like I said, the first thing you have to do is to find the discriminant of the equation. Discriminant of the equation. How do you find it? You're going to use the rule b squared minus 4ac. So this is a rule you're going to use to find the discriminant of the equation. So like I said, when you have the discriminant of the equation, you automatically will be able to determine the nature of the root. Now let's do it. So the discriminant here, b, is negative 6 in this question, yeah? So this equation, b is negative 6, okay, minus 4. Now a in this equation is 1, yeah? So 1 times c. c in this equation is also 9, yeah? Great. So negative 6 squared is going to give us 36 minus, this is 4 times 1 times 9 also give us 36. 36 minus 36 is 0. All right? That means that the discriminant of the equation is equal to 0. Discriminant is equal to 0. Now, if your discriminant is equal to 0, it means you have repeated roots. You have repeated roots, okay? So whenever you solve it, all right, you find the discriminant of the equation and you have it 0, okay? It means that the equation has repeated roots, okay? So if it's 8, you have 8, 8. If it's 2, 2, 2. So this equation has repeated roots, all right? You can punch it in the calculator to see whether you are actually correct or not. If you don't know how to do that, you check on my video on how to use the calculator to solve any quadratic equation, and you'd have it there, okay? So this equation has repeated roots, all right? Now, let's do another example to see how that one too is. In this question, so we are to determine the nature of the root. This is going to be the last question we'll do in this lesson, okay? So how do you do that? Yeah, you have to find the discriminant of the equation. So we put down the formula for finding the discriminant of the equation. So b squared minus 4ac, yeah? Good. Now b here is -6. So we have -6 squared minus 4 times a in this question is 1 times c, which is 10. All right, so -6 squared will give us positive 36 minus 4 times 10 will be 40. So 36 minus 40 will give you -4. All right, -4. Therefore, the discriminant of the equation is less than 0. You can see it's less than 0. All right, so if you solve it and you get the discriminant to be less than 0, as we have in this case, it means that the equation does not have real roots, okay? It has complex roots. So has complex, it has complex roots. All right, so that is it, guys. That is how you determine the nature of the root, and that is how you find the discriminant of any equation. Right? I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to give thumbs up, all right? And don't forget to share as well. I would appreciate if you leave a comment, you subscribe, and share. See you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.